This is a story about 1950s. We call it Beard and the Farm Slave. This is about child trafficking. It's a big thing now, currently trending, the pedophiles and such like that. However, I was a victim of child trafficking. I was born in a whorehouse, tended to by a midwife and a crooked doctor. Anyway, uh, I was for sale for 2 years for $10,000. Uh, However, it turned out the situation was somewhat different. Ended up being a package deal, putting the beard on the queer. So anyway, it was a couple of brothers. One was a war hero, one was the baby, and couldn't be drafted. He was a crushed. He wanted to go and be a hero. Anyway, mom and dad figured out the boys were gay. So I told them, there ain't no way you're inheriting a working farm and a respectable Christian operation if you're gay or bi-curious or whatever. So before mom and dad die, you better be married with children and a good Christian family. So anyway, the boys, they went their separate ways. One went to a place called the Snake Pit, arranged his instant family. The other one went to my grandfather, of the biological father, to make his deal with them. Uh, Another package deal at my grandfather's storehouse. Like I said, it was for sale for 10,000, and then there was the package deal. So he must have made some kind of a long-term contractual deal to get his instant family. So anyway, at the age of 2, so like I said, I don't know if I'm 74 or 72. I was born either 1947 or 1949. The doctor didn't fill out a birth certificate until such time as the child trafficking deal had been completed, and then that was in 1949. So I'm assuming I was born probably 1947. And they give me a day, so I'd say that's probably a good chance that's the day. Anyway, part of my grandfather's notoriety was he had one of the first multi-storied brick buildings in the Badlands in North Dakota, right on the Montana border. So he was out there in the boonies. Anyway, so the story is about how he was a made man and inside of the system of corruption, which was to include farms and ranches and railroad ties and coal and wheat and cattle and horses and cream and the whole 9 yards. So anyway, as I was 2 years old when I was the beard on the queer, uh, I had from 2 to 6 before I started working in the farm or on the farm. And this is a dairy milking operation. I was doing one of the old primitive hand milk. They didn't have machines, and the barn was barely lit, unheated, and definitely not sanitary. Anyway, so they produced cream that they had to get to the train by 6 in the morning. So we were out there at 4 and sometimes earlier, getting all the cans up. One of them heading in town, the rest of it doing milking and separating and all that stuff. And sure didn't have any dairy inspectors, that's for sure. So anyway, I think perhaps I'll continue this tale at another time about how the doctor, once I came back from Vietnam, uh, felt I'd made it through the farm slavery and 2 years of war. He'd tell me the truth. So he told me that he delivered, or the midwife delivered. He certified that I was going to make it, and arranged a deal for the sale of the child. Being mom was one of the whores at my grandpa's whorehouse, and or bar, and or saloon, and or post office. Anyway, gambling joint, and how it ended up I was a child slave on a farm operation, putting the beard on a queer. Apparently, as a pedophile, he was sadistic, just enjoyed beating and torturing me, so I don't think I was sexually abused. However, one of the illegitimate sisters he did abuse from the time she was born, practically until she was 3. She don't know it or remembered. I do. Anyway, this story of pedophilia, child trafficking, child slavery will be continued in the future, and I'll learn how to load it up to YouTube. Apparently, it ain't working here.